from some people. This is an indication that our Eemaan is not sound. And our Eemaan is running low. So brothers and sisters, we must prioritize. Prioritize for our children. These children, they don't need Xbox. They don't need that. They need to know the story of the Sahaba, the stories of the Sahaba. They need to know the biography of the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. They need to memorize the Quran. Look at the situation of the Muslim Ummah. Do you think this happened to us because we were following the deen strictly? No. Because everybody got busy with life. There were no people were left to keep this deen moving. So then we are in this situation. I'm not saying throw away the Xbox. This is another issue. You know your children better. I don't want to, make anyone think that we're trying to be extreme here. There's moderation in everything as long as there's nothing prohibited in the very games that they play. There's no harm in enjoying oneself. But this should not be the main goal. Too much time is being wasted on these things and not enough time given to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and not enough time given to the remembrance of Allah, which in return gives prevalence for the shaitan and authority to the shaitan to be among the reasons why our Eemaan will be decreasing. Next, the dunya, the world. If anyone has this kind of car, I didn't know. Don't think that I see your car and I'm trying to give you a subliminal message that you should buy a Toyota Tercel or anything. That's not my intention. But this is usually what is considered to be a luxury car. So I figured it's only befitting that I quote it. This dunya, I mean, who can tell us about the dunya better than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Everybody reads Surah Al-Kahf every Jum'ah. I hope if you're seeking the reward of reciting Surah Al-Kahf as a voluntary act, I'm sure you come across the ayah وَاضْرِبْ لَهُمْ مَثَلَ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا كَمَاءٍ أَنْزَلْنَاهُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ فَاخْتَلَطَ بِهِ نَبَاتُ الْأَرْضِ فَأَصْبَحَ هَشِيمًا تَدْرُوهُ الرِّيَاحُ وَكَانَ اللَّهُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ مُقْتَدِرًا الْمَالُ وَالْبَنُونَ زِينَةُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا وَخَيْرٌ أَمَلًا. Allah says to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and strike for them the similitude of this life is like rain that we send down from the sky. And then it mingles with the earth, so vegetation grows fresh and green. Then soon it will become dry and it will be broken into pieces, and then the wind will scatter that away. And verily Allah is able to do all things. Al-malu wal-banuna zinatul hayat ad-dunya. Wealth and children are the adornment of this life of this world. وَالْبَاقِيَاتُ الصَّالِحَاتُ خَيْرٌ عِنْدَ رَبِّكَ ثَوَابًا وَخَيْرٌ أَمَلًا. And the righteous deeds that are everlasting are better with your Lord in terms of reward, and better with your Lord in respect of hope. The life of this world is like rain that mixes with the ground, and then it looks pretty. And this is a similitude to one's life. As soon as you become 25, 30, 35, you finish college, you bought your nice house, everything is looking good, everything is green and fresh, all of a sudden a calamity befalls. Either some financial calamity where everything goes away, or a physical calamity where you go away. You leave. And it becomes like a broken pieces that are scattered with the wind. Nothing is left. It's only fake. It was interesting for a moment, not for a long time. The vegetation does not remain green and fresh for a long time. Sooner or later it will become dry, and then this wind will take it away. This is the example of the life of this dunya. Wealth and children are only an adornment. Adornment is like jewelry that the women wear as means of beautification. Children also will make you look better. You have a good boy? People say, MashaAllah, good boy. You have money? Likewise, people may praise you for your money or for your children. Now, unless these are being an investment for the hereafter, then as Allah says subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are only adornment of the life of this world. They may be good for you, they may be your good deeds, but they may be not. It depends on how do we utilize them. Do we utilize them as means of seeking the pleasure of Allah? Having these children someone who will make dua for you after you pass away? Having your child someone upon the deen who will continue to seek forgiveness for you after you die? If this is the case, then the children are not means of destruction. But if it's the other way around, when the child becomes the parent, and maybe you've seen them, The parent is actually the child, and the child is the parent. Whatever the child wants, goes. I want this, he will get that. I don't want this, then he will not get that. I don't want to go there, then they will not go. I want this, and you know what I'm saying? Where the father and the mother simply are obedient to the child. So whatever the child wants, whether it is good for them or otherwise, the parents will continue to carry it out. Then these fall under this particular ayah. They're only an adornment. You may enjoy them, but the righteous deeds that are everlasting, that you present, are better with Allah in terms of reward. If you want reward, then the good deeds that we perform. What are they? They are every act of worship that we do. They're not only subhanallah, alhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, Allahu akbar, as it came in some explanations. It's actually beyond that. Every act of worship that we perform will be better with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in terms of reward, and better in respect of hope. Hope for the mercy of Allah and hoping entering Jannah. And the Prophet Muhammad said in an authentic hadith, he says, verily, I do not fear poverty for you. I do not fear poverty, but I am afraid of the world, that it will spread out for you as it spread out to those who came before you. Then you will compete in it. As they competed in it, then it will destroy you as it destroyed them. He wasn't afraid of poverty for us, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He was afraid that the dunya will spread out. Come to me. So we will compete in the dunya. The same way those who came before us competed in the dunya, and then it will destroy us as it destroyed them. And the Prophet Muhammad said, إِنَّ الدُّنْيَا حُلْوَةٌ خَضِرَةٌ وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ مُسْتَخْلِفِكُمْ فِيهَا فَيَنْظُرُ كَيْفَ تَعْمَلُونَ فَاتَّقُوا الدُّنْيَا وَاتَّقُوا النِّسَاءَ. The Prophet Muhammad said, as he said, verily this life of this world is green and sweet, and Allah has placed you as deputies on this earth to see how you're going to behave. So protect yourself from the temptation of the world, this worldly life, and protect yourself from the temptation of women. Because verily the destruction of the children of Israel, the Jews, was through women. This is indication that if a person does not fear Allah in his relationship with women, then this is among the reasons why a person will become astray, and he will deviate from the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the dunya is sweet and it is beautiful, but we must prioritize. We must remember the hereafter. What did Allah prepare for us in the hereafter? What has been prepared for the believers in Jannah? Eternity in Jannah, pleasure and bliss in Jannah, looking at Allah in Jannah, speaking to Allah in Jannah. What is that compared to this nonsense that we have today? Nothing. We're not saying that you should go live on a mountain, as some extreme, Sufis do. He says, "Khalas, I'm going to be ascetic." And he lives on the mountain, he doesn't speak to people, he doesn't do anything, all day he does salah. Then he begs people for money. This is not praiseworthy either. Rather, we are people of wasat, middle path, moderation. You seek the dunya, you need money to survive, you need money not to ask people for money, you need money to feed your children, you need money to educate your children. So you need to go after this life, but with moderation. Not on the expense of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah's rights. Not on the expense of missing on the salawat, and missing on the obligations, and disobeying Allah in order to attain the dunya. So we must be careful of the dunya, because it is among the reasons why one of us may be running on empty in this life of ours. Associates, your buddies, excuse me. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "Al-mar'u ala dini khalilih, فَلْيَنْظُرْ أَحَدُكُمْ مَنْ يُخَالِلْ." أو كما قال صلى الله عليه وسلم. He said, the man or the woman is a